Today's video is pretty random, but this thought was on my mind today, so I thought I'd make a video about it. I've been thinking a lot lately about dreams, and I'm a dreamer. I know lots of people are, and if you're not, go out and get yourself some dreams. What's life worth living if we're not dreaming, right? Anyways, so I have had some big dreams lately, and one of them I thought I would just share with you because I'm at that very beginning stage, and it's kind of fun to look back on life and see where you were throughout the years as you achieve your dreams, to think back where you were in the beginning and how you started so small and those dreams seemed so far away and so out of reach, and so it's kind of fun to revisit those stages. So I thought I would share with you, in the moment, real time, a dream that I'm just now starting to pursue. And maybe a few years from now it will happen and you can come back and I'll come back and we'll watch this video and just see how awesome it was when I was just starting it as a dream. So I have this book, most of you know about it. It's called The Realm, and it's my novel. And it's a really special book because it's based on true experiences that happened to my dad. Some of you who follow me know that story and know how this was inspiration that he received on his part and asked me to be a part of and write this novel for him. So I put together the characters and the storyline, and thinking it wasn't something I wanted to do at all at the time, it ended up taking me on an awesome adventure and ended up being an incredible, incredible story. And I've had lots of readers over the last couple of years reach out to me and just tell me how amazing the story was and how it changed their lives. How some of them, I've heard experiences from some people suffering from addiction, and after they read experiences that the characters went through in the book with addiction and what really goes on the other side of the veil, things that we can't see, it inspired them to kick those habits. It inspired other people to believe in more after this life, that there's something more out there. And it inspired others just to become closer to God. So it's a book that reaches out to a huge audience, and it's a really intense story, but at the same time it's clean. It's clean, and so I did have readers comment that they loved how they could read it with their teens and there was nothing in there they had to hide from them, that it was just a clean read. So anyways, I have had a lot of people tell me this would make a great movie. But as all authors probably think about their books, yeah, right? My book would make a great movie. And I've actually, as I was writing it, I envisioned it as a movie in my mind. So I could see all the scenes, and boy, it kept me on the edge of my seat writing it. And anyways, recently I've thought about it, and it's always been a dream of mine to see The Realm become a movie because it's a 3-part series. It's a trilogy, so I could easily see it being a movie. And it just seemed like a nice dream, right? But I would always sit back and think, well, if it's meant to be, it'll happen. If it's meant to be, somebody will just find it and they'll read it and be excited by it and want to turn it into something great. And if it's not meant to be, then that will never happen. Well, as of lately, I've had this thought reoccurring in my mind that when you have big dreams, you have to do your part. You can't sit idle and just be passive and just hope and wait for God to take over and just do everything for you. He wants you to get involved. He wants you to get your feet in the water and do all that you can and be excited about it and do as much as you can to bring that dream to pass. And then of course he'll do his part as well. And so I've thought, okay, well, I will just start seeing what I can do about this. So as of this week, I've been contacting different film studios and production companies. I've been trying to find Christian-based film production companies because of the values and the standards that I have for this book and the values behind the story. So I'd still like to keep it clean, but extremely exciting and entertaining at the same time. And I have high expectations of it, because it's a big story. And the things that it talks about in the book, you'd need really incredible special effects to recreate that and make it seem real. So I've gosh, I've just been finding random ones that I've been reaching out to and contacting, and anyways, I just barely started, and I received my very first rejection today. And the reason I want to share this with you is because I think it's important for people to know that dreams are not always easy. And if we let the rejections and the obstacles that get in our way stop us from going further, then we never see our dreams come to pass. So I want you to know that I experienced rejection too. In fact, my book, How to Date Your Spouse, my very first book, it was rejected 25 times before I finally got a publisher who wanted to sign a contract with me. And if I had given up and just thought, well, it must be a horrible book because no one wants it, you know, I wouldn't have been able to go on a national book tour with it and do radio and TV with it and get it into all the bookstores. And so I needed to go through that experience, and it really opened my eyes and helped me realize that rejection doesn't mean that our goals aren't going to happen, and rejection doesn't mean that our dreams are not good, or we're not good enough or worthy of them. Rejection just means that God's just steering you in a more direct path. He's going to lead you to the right person, and you know, at the right time on his timeline that's going to help bring to pass your dream. And you have to trust him. So the company that rejected me today, I appreciated their honesty, and they just, you know, basically said that where you don't have a huge following with this book and you're self-published right now, we just don't have the time to take that chance to read your book. If your book was great and amazing, you know, it would be a #1 bestseller, or it would be, your sales would be off the charts with it, and I understand that. And, you know, I thought about it, and I thought, gosh, if they only knew, you know, they only could read this story and just read the first 5 pages even, you know, they wouldn't be able to put this book down. They'd get sucked in just like all the other readers. But I realized that my job isn't to convince them that the story is going to be amazing and it's going to be an amazing movie. My job is to just give them the opportunity. And if they don't feel right about it before they've even read the book, then it's not meant to be. And I'm actually grateful for that, because it just helps me realize that I'm getting one step closer to the right person at the right time, who's going to have the right vision and be the right fit for this book and this project when it happens. So I want you to know that rejection happens. It happens all the time. It's a part of life. But it can't be the reason that stops us from pursuing our goals. We should be grateful for it. As I said before, it's actually guiding us and narrowing down that path so that it's more direct, and it's going to lead us to the person who's the best fit for us, the person that God has in mind to help us on our journey to get us to that next place. And so you just have to trust it. You have to trust the Lord. And it's funny because I have had the best day today. That's how my day started out, was with that rejection. And it's been an amazing day. I woke up excited, and every place that I've been to today, every business I walked into, I've experienced amazing customer service. I've had conversations with complete strangers, and we were laughing out of control. I mean, knee slap, belly rolling laughter. So it's been a fun day, and we're getting ready right now to go on a little weekend getaway. And so the kids are excited, I'm excited. So rejection just isn't worth getting upset about. It's not worth it to let it ruin your day or give you reasons to be sad or disappointed or lose that faith. It's just really something to be grateful about, because you realize that God's in control and he does care about you, and he's pointing you in a more specific direction. So I thanked him for that, and I praise him for that, because I know he's got my back, and I know that my dreams are important to him too. And I know he wants to bless me, and he wants to bless you. I think it's important to keep in mind that we should never force our dreams to happen. We should never force them to come to pass the way that we want them to and in the time that we want them to. And so if somebody's not interested in reading my story or wanting to learn more about it, then I just simply move on to the next person, because there will be somebody out there. There is someone out there right now who's hungry for this story and who's going to click with it and be so excited about it. So if you're ever feeling like you have to convince someone, or you have to defend yourself, or you have to really, really work extra hard just to get them to see your point of view or show any interest at all, then I say I say that's a sign that that's not the right direction for you. That's not the right person. That's not the right door for you at this time. That's for somebody else. This person will be a great fit for somebody else. This will be a great opportunity for the next person down the road. But for you, the Lord has something different in mind. And so it's okay to move on. It's okay. I feel it's important that we do the work and that we really try as hard as we can to get our dreams to happen. But that in a sense, it is a little bit easy when the Lord's involved. So there's this middle ground where you have to come to when you're going after your dreams. And you have to realize that it can't always be so easy to get your dreams, because if it was, we would fail to recognize the hand of God in our lives. But then if it was extremely so difficult and so hard, that might be the Lord telling you that this is not the path He has for you. So our dreams are somewhere in the middle. When we feel that they're attainable and that we're not having to, almost risk our lives and our energy and everything in our lives to achieve them, but at the same time they're not coming to us so easy. We have to actually work for them. Then the Lord will meet us in the middle. He'll see that we're working hard for Him, and when we do our part, He'll come in and He'll fill in where we can't. Those places where you feel like it's impossible and you just don't know how you're going to get to point B or point C because you can't do it on your own. Well, the Lord's watching you. He knows your desires, He knows your intent, and He knows how dedicated you are. And when He sees you put forth what you can do on your end, your effort, your hard work, He's going to come in and meet you in the middle and fill in where you can't do it on your own. And that's amazing, because then you realize He is involved and you give Him that credit and you feel so blessed. So just remember, if it's too easy, if it's too simple, then it's too easy to say, well, I did that on my own, or that was luck or coincidence, and we fail to give Him the credit. But if it's too difficult, we almost die in the process of doing it, or we lose our passion and our joy. That's not what the Lord wants either. So it's got to be, usually it's right in the middle. So go out there, put forth the effort, hit the pavement, get your feet wet, do all that you can to see those dreams come to pass. And when you're doing that, the Lord's going to meet you in the middle, and you're going to see amazing things happen. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to go after your dreams, and He wants you to reap the fruits and the rewards of your labor, and He wants to take credit for that. So anyways, that's my video for today. It's just to help you look at rejection a little bit differently in all areas of your life. See it as not necessarily a door closed, but the Lord fine-tuning your vision so that you'll pay attention to the doors way down there that are open and waiting for you. So it's a wonderful thing. Be grateful for it. Praise the Lord for it. And when you do this, you're going to experience happiness every day. You're going to experience a great life if you can master rejection and look at it as a good thing. Anyways, for more tips on how to be happy, you can check out my videos on my YouTube channel at Happy Marriages. That's all one word. Or you can visit my website at yourhappylady.com. Thanks so much for joining me today, and we will see you soon.